What's going on to the AMC stock family? In today's video, we must talk about the new news that just came out October 16th of 2021. Let's not waste any time with the introduction. Now, Citadel fights the SEC on the new Delimit order against Arbitrage. Let's hear it. So, breaking news. Citadel is suing the SEC over the new Delimit order that would protect displayed lit orders from being picked off by latency arbitrage players. This is extremely significant, everyone. And I must say, in all honesty, I have been accumulating a lot of AMC shares recently because I do believe that there's just too much opportunity to not get in right now. Now, again, that's just my opinion. Let's just continue reading. So, the SEC failed to properly consider the costs and burdens imposed by this proposal that will undermine the reliability of our markets and harm tens of millions of retail investors, a Citadel Securities spokeswoman said in an email on Friday. Now, this has been an ongoing battle since last year. Yes, very much evident. Citadel versus the SEC. However, new documents show that this fight has risen in court again. We are going to be talking about the court case again. So, in fact, the new court case is set for October 25th of this month. This is huge. Now, let's start with the definition. So, what exactly is a delimit order? For those of you guys that do not know, the delimit order is designed to protect liquidity providers from potential adverse selection or opponent selection, right? Opposition by latency arbitrage trading strategies. And so, this rule basically gives traders a way to buy or sell a stock at the exchange while protecting them against unfavorable price moves. We all know what this means, right? Unfavorable price moves. Basically, this is a battle against the traders versus the hedge funds, and we will hear more about that in just a bit. Well, the delimit order is an artificial intelligence order type that protects displayed lit orders from being picked off by latency arbitrage players. This is a quote exactly, and we did talk about this very early on in the video. But the purpose of this is to display equity market quotes with better prices, large displayed size, and more competition among liquidity providers. So better prices, this has been an ongoing problem, and many retail traders have been saying that this is simply unfair. And as a result of all of this, this would be a massive threat to Citadel as it would take away the trading through the practices of market arbitrage. Now, what is a market arbitrage? We will get into the more interesting points and significant concepts in just a few seconds, but I just want to talk about the definitions first so we are all on the same page, because that's really important. So, market arbitrage is the act of buying a security in one market and simultaneously selling it in another market for a higher price. Traders frequently attempt to exploit the arbitrage opportunity by buying a stock on a foreign exchange where the share price hasn't yet been adjusted for the fluctuating exchange rate via Investopedia. Now, this type of trading takes advantage of everyone, including the retail traders, or in other words, you and I. So, Citadel personnel argue that the delimit rule is detrimental to millions of retail investors and undermine the reliability of the markets. So, again, this would hurt the retail traders. Now, how could you even argue the point? That's insane. Well, the delimit order fights against latency arbitrage from high frequency traders such as Citadel Securities, and this exactly is the problem. So, if all this didn't make any sense, I want you guys to understand this concept right here. This limit order fights against the arbitrage or against the corruption from high frequency traders, a lot of these hedge funds, including Citadel Securities. Again, this is why it really is a battle against the retail traders versus the hedge funds. And with this new potential order type, this would try to prevent as much arbitrage or as much corruption as possible. Now, this order would again provide the market with more accurate prices and prevent hedge fund firms from using arbitrage strategy to plummet or extensively short sell stocks. We are going to be talking about this because actually Jim Cramer is on our side too. If you thought that it was just this one article, if you thought that it was just a battle between the hedge funds and the retail investors, that's not what it is. Who was this article actually by? Again, this was by Frank Nez. So it's not just him, Jim Cramer too, and we will be talking about Jim Cramer in just a few seconds. Now take that as you wish, because honestly, some may even say that just because Jim Cramer is on our side, that is irrelevant. So again, everyone's going to form their own opinions, and let me know in the comment section, do you guys think that Jim Cramer being on the AMC side is positive news or negative news? Now continuing on, Citadel Securities has been fighting the SEC to continue using manipulative strategies against retail traders. Now the AMC stock family in the community will have to back up the SEC to create this massive change in our market. So basically a market shift. Sounds phenomenal, right? Well, the SEC versus Citadel Securities, October 25th of 2021, the end of this month, AMC stock family. So this battle between Citadel and the SEC has been occurring for quite some time now. However, Citadel and the SEC now have a new court hearing on October 25th, 2021, and the fight for a market continues. And this is the exact date right here confirming that on 9:30 a.m., the USCA courtroom 31, here's a judge and here's the date right here. Again, Monday, October 25th. Now the argument, Citadel enjoys unfair advantages over other market participants. Well, Citadel has been facing major scrutiny all over social media and is now being recognized for its multiple scandals in the public eye. In a series of documents detailing the court hearing, the SEC SEC explains how Citadel has profited billions from high-frequency trading. So over here, arguments, Citadel enjoys unfair advantages over other market participants. And if we read this paragraph right here, it says that today's securities markets are prone to abusive high-frequency trading practices due to their fragmentation or because it is broken, basically. Fragmentation is synonymous to broken, and also advances in computer trading technology, or in other words, artificial intelligence trading, right? A lot of people, they're now saying that trading has been taken over by bots and that bots do a lot of the trading for them, and that they replace the human trading because it tries to eliminate as much emotion as possible. And current regulations that allow firms to exploit minuscule time delays embedded in the trading and price quoting process, while Citadel and a handful of other high-frequency trading firms spend vast sums to acquire sophisticated computer software. See, this is what I'm talking about, the computer software, the artificial intelligence, and the bots to gain access to trading data ahead of other market participants and acquire data feeds that supply them with non-public information. So again, to supply them, well, the suppliers in this case is Robinhood, right? So Robinhood is going to be the suppliers, and also who are the market participants? Well, that is the retail traders, or in other words, you and I, right? They're getting the trading data way ahead of the retail traders. And so this delimit order won't just target Citadel securities, and I want to make that clear because it is going to be going after a handful of other high-frequency trading firms. And so eliminating these manipulative strategies would be extremely bullish for retail investors. That's what I want you guys to know. Extremely bullish, and it's not just this AMC stock family, just because this is one fundamental news that has yet to happen yet, because we will really understand this whole situation on October 25th. But until then, it's not just the fundamentals. The trading and also the technical analysis for AMC is looking extremely positive in my opinion, and that's why I've been accumulating AMC. I didn't start accumulating it this week because this week was actually pretty bullish for AMC. We were trading at around $40 a share, but in the low $30 share range, that's when I started accumulating, and I do think that there will be a lot of opportunities for this stock, and we will just have to see. That's why I'm extremely excited. So on top of that, we also have this fundamental news. This catalyst will really prove whether AMC will have that next leg up or whether it will continue consolidating, and then maybe, just maybe, it'll continue going down. But again, there's just so much resiliency in the stock community that I don't think that AMC will be trading around $1 a share like a lot of investors are talking about, right? Because they want to see AMC stock at $1 a share, they want to see it at $5 a share, etc., etc. Now, how will the delimit order affect the meme stocks? Well, so the delimit order will allow momentum stocks such as AMC and GameStop to run more naturally by eliminating some of the manipulation that suppresses the stocks from performing better. Now, we can go over this much more in a later video, but the reason why I'm going to end it right here is because now we are going to be hearing what Ken Griffin and Charles Payne also had to say about AMC. So remember, I did talk about this fundamental catalyst, and I did also mention that Jim Cramer is on our side because he did mention do not short sell AMC. He says that anyone that is currently short selling AMC is crazy and out of their mind. So now we got those 2 points out of the way. Let's go and talk about even more bullish news, and let's hear what Ken Griffin and Charles Payne just had to say.
They said, we expect Enron shares to recover dramatically. We spoke recently with the top management and have a high level of confidence. These guys went to jail. We believe in the fundamentals are strong and that the economy is weak. And I keep bringing this up because at some point you must have said to yourself, okay, I want to be in the stock market, but I don't want to use these kind of research reports. Is that what kind of got you to say, I think there's a better way?
That's 100% true. And you know what else? I want to mention this. The SEC has a mission statement, and I'll read it. It says, the SEC strives to promote a market environment that is trustworthy of the public's trust and characterized by transparency and integrity. Or actually an environment that is worthy of the public's trust and characterized by transparency and integrity. That's exactly how it is. And what I want to ask everyone who's watching this is, do you feel as though the stock market, with everything happening with Enron, with Citadel Securities, with Citadel Connect and everything like that, do you feel as though the stock market is characterized with integrity, with dark pools, with transparency? Do you feel like we have transparency with different kinds of analysts telling you, like Goldman Sachs 20 years ago, telling you to get into Enron? Do you feel as though that was in your best interest? Or do you feel as though you need to research it yourself and get on the ground and say, you know what, do I like this company? Do I want to invest in this company? And then, you know what's something else I want you to think about? When you do find a company that you want to invest in, what do they tell you? Oh, no, not that one. Not AMC. Not GameStop. Don't invest in that one. And then when you say, you know what, this is my money, I believe in this company, I like this company, then they say, you know what? You do what you want. You try to do what you want, and then they take away the buy button.
Before I let you go, they also say that, well, these apes, they don't understand the risk. I mean, do you understand the risk of any stock going to zero, particularly one that's constantly under attack by so-called smart money?
Yes. So everyone who's watching this, I want you to understand as well. We want the SEC, we want FINRA, we want all of these regulators to have our back like they tell us. They want us to have trust in them. They want transparency, all the other things. We got to understand that we can hope for the best, But it's up to us to manage our money and have proper risk management. Understand that any stock can go to zero, particularly one that you feel is being heavily manipulated. Now, this doesn't mean it will, but you got to understand the risk. That's so important. And on Twitter, there was a trending topic. Right. Now, it was Ken Griffin live, and I gotta bring it up, and I just want everyone to know, do your research on it. Allegedly, there are things that happened that I want you to look into. Right. So let's keep it going.
And there's a court case going on, and a lot of stuff is coming out on that.